Hi everyone, this is Andrea. So many of you saw the video of my backyard when the camellias were in bloom. So I thought I'd like to show you my azaleas in bloom. Okay, here we are. We had real strong winds last night and some of the flowers came off the shrubs, so thought I better get out here and show you today. Now there's the camellia stuff right in the middle of all these. They just keep going. My favorite time of the year.
Thank you, Andre, for showing us your yard. And now we're going to look at my yard. This is such a pretty time of year. So let's go looking at my yard now. This is sedum. You just break it off like this. Stick it right back down in the dirt and it will grow. That's a little rabbit I got in North Alabama last year. All right, what we want to do, and this is something I got from Ms. Gantt. This is a type of fern, and I can't think of what the name of it is. It comes back every year. It has a white bloom on it. But we're going to go way out here, and we are going to see this special tree that George loved so much. And so it's beginning to bloom. You can see it out there. It's called, well, we call it down south. I don't know its actual scientific name, but we call it Grancy Graybeard. Grancy Graybeard. It may be Granny Graybeard for all I know, but that's what he called it, was Grancy. It's a beautiful little tree, and it's got a bloom on it that looks like a little beard. Let me show you. See those little things that hang down on it, like that? And we've got two of them. Well, that one out there looks like it's dying. See, that was, oh, maybe it's just hadn't budded out yet. But there it is, right there. All right, let's go look at the azaleas. Before we do, I want to show you one camellia. Just one. The others have already bloomed out. But this one right here, is a old-timey kind, and it blooms late. And it is full of blooms. I have no idea what kind it is, but I want you to look how huge it is. It is a beautiful tree. I like azaleas when they're, camellias when they're not trimmed. And I like azaleas the same way. These sweet gum balls, this is where they had to dig up my yard. And there's sweet gum balls everywhere. I'm going to have to rake them all up. That's a sweet gum ball right there. Right there's you one to look at. Look at that thing. And I've got to do all this. I got to resod every bit of this. Well, anyway, here are my azaleas. On the back of the house, I've got all white, except that one red in there. I don't know where in the world it came from. But I've got all white ones on the back of the house. And remember this, never put your azaleas close to the house. Have them out like Andre's got hers, because what happens is these things grow so huge that you can see it's almost to the top of my house now. And there's a bee. Oh, let's get him. He is so happy. He is in there getting him some nectar. Ooh, little bumblebee. What are you doing? What are you doing in there? Getting you something good to eat? It's my purple verbena. It comes back every year. It's an old-timey kind. And somebody gave me some, and I planted it out in the yard, but it's not quite big enough yet. And there's our ant bed coming up right beside it. But that's where I rooted that. I showed you this the other day, but it was just buds. But look now. It has bloomed out. This is your wild honeysuckle. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's a wild honeysuckle. It grows in a bush shape, and it has a wonderful smell. It smells so good. Now, there's an orange one, but it hasn't opened up yet. You'll have to wait till later to see that. And this is a rose bush that I trimmed back really super heavy last year. It's a white rose, and it looks like we're going to have plenty of blooms on it this year. You don't have a red leaf maple, you probably need to get you one. Look at that. To me, that's as pretty as a flower. It's gorgeous. It's a red leaf maple, and it's a tall one. It's not the Japanese kind. I think it's just I'm not sure what kind. There's so many varieties of that. Right here is the story behind this one. These cactus right here. I had a friend up the road, and he cut his back, and he came out here to my house and asked me if I wanted some. I said, sure. He said, where do you want me to put them? I said, just throw them right out there in the edge of the woods, and I'll plant them later. Well, I never got to it. I never planted them. I want you to look at that thing. And that's been about maybe 10, 12 years ago. And they just took root, and they grew, and I never did plant them. I meant to, but I didn't. And then the vines are taking over out here. I'm telling you, the woods will creep up on you if you don't watch it. See, I had azaleas planted back there, and they can't even breathe for all these vines. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, that's a day's work. It may be a week's work. I had azaleas right here, and then they went on back into the woods, and all of them got kind of destroyed with the vines coming on them. Okay, let's walk down this way. I'm going to show you this pretty bush right here before it loses its blooms. It won't be long. It's going to lose them. This is a flowering peach, or either a flowering plum. It was given to me when it was real little, and I planted that. Now let me show you something else that's great right here. You know that pink wild honeysuckle I just showed you a while ago? Well, this is a real rare one. This is a white honeysuckle. It's a white honeysuckle. Look at that. You hardly ever find any more of these kind in the woods. But I do have this one. This is the only one I've got. And I try to take care of it. And it's doing fine. It knows, it likes where it is. Right here by my well house. You know, I try not to drink city water. All right, let's walk down this driveway. See what we can see. Oh, we're going to get down here a good little bit, and then we'll see all the azaleas that are blooming on the sides of the driveway. I've got to cut them back this year. They're scratching my truck as I come up the driveway. But here they are. See, they go all the way down on that side and all the way down on this other side. Like that. Some of these are like Andrea's, the Pride of Mobile, it's called. This one is not that, and that one is more of a lighter pink right there. But you're supposed to plant your azaleas like this, away from the house, so that they can grow as big as they want to. But I planted mine too close to the driveway. But they really are pretty. This one right here is just covered with blooms, just absolutely covered. And see how tall it is? And I've got them all the way right there on both sides of the driveway. These are really way too tall. Look how that thing is. I don't know how tall that is. Probably maybe 11 feet tall. About twice as tall as me. Some more really pretty ones. This is the other side of the drive. Most of mine are the same color. George and I planted a lot of little daffodils beside the road a while back, and I want to show you that. First, let me show you my arbor. It isn't blooming yet, but it's got wisteria all over it. It's got a little bench there that needs propping up. This is a, well, it's not an arbor, it's a little branchy thing. Some old driftwood and pine knots. This thing right here has berries in the winter. And up here you can see a tiny little bloom right there that grows on this tree, and this is called the sloe. It doesn't have any fruit on it, but it looks like a little plum thing. There's a little bud right there that's real pretty. Let's put this old wagon thing right here in. It's some kind of planter, and he stuck it up in there, and now bushes are growing all around it. I need for somebody to, well, Walt Dallas want it, but they're going to have to dig it out, I can tell you that. And right here beside it, you see this. Let me show you this. These are going to be huckleberries. Let's see if I can make it focus. Oh, it won't focus, will it? It's too close. Anyway, this is a huckleberry bush, and it'll have berries all over it. Every little bloom will have a berry. Yeah, that's the, there it is right there, the little blooms, and I see a bee on it. Come back, Bumblebee. It's gonna have a lot of berries on it. You can see my shadow. Hey, hey. Anyway, these are the bulbs that we planted years ago. I need to get out here and dig them up. You're supposed to dig them up from time to time. And they're full of blooms. Look at that. Beautiful daffodils. There are hundreds of them out here. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that, how pretty. There's the arbor out through the back of it. You can kind of see it. One little wisteria trying to bloom in the ditch. Let me close up in on it and let you see that. See that purple thing right there? That's a wisteria plant. They're invasive. I killed the other one, and there that one stayed. I'm getting y'all on the film. Did y'all just get here?
We're trying to figure out which house is yours.
That one? I'm doing good. Where y'all from?
I'm from Louisiana.
Louisiana? You bringing some? Did you bring us something good to eat?
We're from Kentucky, and we saw you at the theater.
Oh my goodness, you came?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, well, y'all look at these pretty ladies. They are here.
We're from Mississippi.
Mississippi girls. You got to get with your daughter.
Two more came.
Oh, look at y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Look at y'all. Hey, face the sun where I can see you faces. There you go. And I'm getting you and you're getting me at the same time. Well, I'm glad y'all are here.
Oh, we are too.
Y'all, look at them. They're waiting on breakfast in the morning. I've got Kentucky and Mississippi and Louisiana. And do all y'all know each other or just now met?
We've all been talking.
But you didn't know each other before you came. Well, all right. See y'all later. Oh, this pear tree, I wish I had gotten down here last week. It was in full bloom. It was solid white. And it was just gorgeous. And so now the blooms are gone. But look here on the ground. See all these tiny little white flowers? They come up every year. They're all beside the road and everywhere. They're wild. Some kind of little flower. Sometimes little tiny jar or a little tiny vase. And I pick me just a little bitty bouquet of these little white flowers, and I put them in my kitchen window. I enjoy my kitchen window so much, and I really do. There's the other pear tree right there. Right there it is. That's my other pear tree. They're so old. You can see that rotten part up in it. We did have 4 out here, but they just lived their life and had to die. My scuppernong and my Muscadine arbor. Now, this summer, it will be totally full of huge bronze color and purple uh, muscadines. The muscadines are kind of dark colored, and the scuppernons are kind of bronzy colored. And we've got a cattle gate up there to hold all the vines up so we can, and I can reach them. And so I cut them back once, but I need to cut them back again. Hey y'all, I found some wisteria blooming you can look at right there. It's growing wild out here. See it? That's the wisteria. And it smells really super good. Wish you could smell it. It's not completely bloomed out yet, but this thing is invasive. There's the little flower part of it right there. And I've cut it back so much, but it'll grow like up on this building. Y'all see that? That's wisteria that we have cut back, and it just, you can see some right in there. There's just so much to do around here. I don't know how I can get to all of it. I just don't know, but let's walk back up here to the house. This is my old house down here. It used to be an antique shop years ago when George was alive. And we ran it together. Had the best time doing it too. We had a really good time doing it. But anyway, that's your wisteria. I trimmed that tree back this winter. See all that stuff I trimmed off of it? I want it to grow and lollipop out. So I got me some clippers and I worked on it. All right, let's go. Let's go up to the house. There's a bench that Dallas pulled out of the river one time when he was a boy. He just left it here. I told him he needed to take it to his house. It's not really a bench. It was just a board that he hauled home. Well, I needed to get out and walk today. I'm thankful that y'all made me get out and do something. There's my fern coming up real pretty. There's my wheelbarrow. I rolled it in the house this winter to keep it from dying. I planted some bulbs down in there, but I don't see them coming up. Some of these I need some grooming done on it. Here's my George Tabor azalea, my George Tabor. It's a light pink, see? That's what color it looks like. I fed the fish a while ago. Y'all weren't with me, but I fed them. This is why you're not supposed to plant your azaleas close to the house. Look at that, it's up to the roof. I'm gonna trim them back heavy this year. Let's see if they'll come up. I don't have any food, but let's see if we can get them to come up. Where are y'all? Where y'all are? Come on. Come on. They think I'm gonna feed them. I'm sorry, boys. I've already fed you for today. Y'all gonna have to eat mosquito larvae in about another week. That's true. Okay, y'all. I'll go back in the house and put my feet up just a minute and rest. And that's what I'm going to do. And maybe another day we can go walk it again when some more things bloom. You know, they bloom at different times, so I can't show you everything at one time. End with this, the beautiful bridal wreath with the blooms from the tip of it all the way up. I rooted this. All I did was stick it in the dirt down here with a butcher knife. That may be where my butcher knife is. When I was a little girl, we'd put this over our head and pin it in with bobby pins and play like we were getting married. We used to play dress ups, and we'd just play like we were beautiful brides. All right, y'all. I'm going to go on in. Y'all take care and hope you have a good night's sleep, okay? Love you. Bye-bye.